Hello again, it's Shantae from Stitching Hearts Embroidery. Today I just want to walk you guys through a quick project that I made using marine vinyl and Embroidery Legacy Digitizer. So this is a bag tag or a monogram key fob, whatever you want to use it for. It's the letter S, S for Shantae, S for Stitching Hearts Embroidery, and let's get started. So first of all, I'm just going to use just a native font from the software. And there it is. I'm going to change the word text to the letter capital S. And first off, I want to break this up. I'm telling the software that though I like that satin stitch, I just really want to do my own thing. I don't want that satin stitch on there. And then I'm going to choose it and turn it to artwork. So I really just want the outline. I'm just using this design for my own purposes. So there it is. It is in inches. I need it to be about 4 inches high. I think this one is about 3.5 and this one's about 4 inches or something like that. So we're going to just do it the 4-inch and enter. And I did not have maintain aspect ratio click, so I'm going to do that again so that it doesn't turn into this like skinny, tall, wonky kind of letter. So there you have it. I see a little dip right there, so I'm going to check the pathing right here, or the nodes, and I'm going to change that to a smooth instead of a cusp. And then just try to smooth it out a little bit. So you really have to do this a lot if you're working with an SVG, and this kind of, I turned it into artwork. And so I just need to make sure that I don't have like 50,011,011 nodes going around here and that they're all just pretty okay. So the next thing I want to do, I can get rid of that. I want to go, let me choose it, choose my design. I want to add a contour around it. So I need to make this, the black part, this second S on the outside. So I'm going to add a contour. It is in inches and I need it to be in millimeters. I go back and forth between inches and millimeters the whole time that I'm making any kind of design. Certain things I know better in one, certain in the other. So I'm going to have one ripple. It's going to be 6 millimeters, and I want it to have rounded corners. And there it is. That looks pretty good. Let me do fit to screen and bring it up a little bit. Here's my widget tool, and in this software within the widget tool is where you find all of your stitches, your different kinds of stitches, your shapes, your stitch widths and lengths, and everything is in this tool, but that is for another day. So the next thing I need to do is I need a tab. I need this little rectangle. So I'm just going to do a little shortcut. Instead of drawing one flat out, I'm just going to make a square. And there's my square. I'm going to turn it to this says make it a perfect square. I'm going to bring back up my properties box, and it's showing me that it's in millimeters. I want that in inches because I know that I want it about 2 inches tall and a little less than 1 inch wide. So I'm going to say like a 0.85 for the width. And then I'm going to turn off that maintain aspect ratio and make it 2 inches tall. And I need it to be 2 inches because I need to be able to fold it over and put the little snap on it, just like that one. And so about 2 inches. And then my hardware, I know, is about 1 inch wide. And so just depends on what you're going to use for your hardware. So here it is. Here's my shape. I'm going to bring it over here and plop it right down on top of the S. I just want to make sure that the corners are a little bit lower than the rounded part of the outer S, so that they're not sticking out in the end. So I'm going to take my outer S and my stem, and I'm going to go up here to the alignment tool and align center vertically. If you saw, I moved over a little bit. And then while it is selected, I am going to weld it. And there you have it. This is basically the whole design. I'm going to move it down. I don't know if I said this is a 5x7 hoop. It could be a smaller hoop. If you have a 4x4, you can make the S a little bit smaller than 4, and then just put a little round circle there that you can punch a hole in and put a key ring through. There's so many ways you can do it. You don't have to use a 5x7 hoop. And so next thing I need to do is assign some stitches to this. And we're going to be really quick with this. So I'm going to make that an applique, and I'm going to make the inner part an applique. And there again, I keep saying, there you have it. That's it. But there are a few other things that we can do to help this to stitch out better. So one is I chose the outer part of the applique, and I'm going to break that up because I just want to turn the color of that a little bit lighter just to make it a little easier on your eyes on the screen. So there you have it. And then I'm going to take the inner S and break that apart and just do the same thing. I'm going to choose that. Let's make it like a green. Oh, it's asking me. I didn't see that because I'm in the way. It was trying to ask me which one of those stitches I wanted to turn to green. Right. So there we have it. So for this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it has a top stitch on the satin. So we'll do the same thing. So that says that it's a steel path stitch. I'm going to go and make it a steel with a top stitch. And then I'm going to go to properties. And I am going to make that top stitch a bean stitch. I want the stitch length to be a 3.0, and everything else. Do I want to change the color? I think I do. So let's change the color. Let's see if that worked for me. I have my big old circle right here that's kind of in my way. And so let's see. Oh, it says color 1 and color 2. So color 1 will be my steel stitch, the satin stitch, and color 2 will be the bean stitch on top. And I think I want to make it like a yellow. Did I say color 1 or color 2? Yeah, I did. There you go. So it's there. Let's see if we make that 3D, if you can tell. So it's a yellow, right? And then the last thing I need to do is I need to put a back on this. And so I actually need another placement stitch that's going to come before the final satin stitch. So let's get back to here. Let's open this up. So let's move everything to the top. And then the run stitch, I need to copy and paste, and it's going to show up at the bottom. And then my final satin and steel stitch, steel run path, I need it to be at the very bottom. And that's it. So now let's do the stitch simulator and just make sure that we have everything where we want it. So I'm going to go kind of fast. It's my placement, my tack down, my placement, my tack down, my finishing stitch, and then the final bean stitch. And that is it. Really quick design, easy to do. Let me know in the comments if you're using Embroidery Legacy Digitizer and you're able to follow along, or whatever software you're using, if you're able to translate this to your software, especially if you're new at digitizing or putting stitches to your designs. Let me know in the comments how this worked out for you. See you next time. Bye.